Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another evening of entertainment banter. My name is Joel.
And I'm Matt.
I totally forgot that I had to say my name.
Well, you've had half a Corona, so you know.
Whoa.
Keep it down, boy. Keep it down.
10-4. What are we talking tonight, Matt?
Joel, you tell me. I'm excited. I can't wait.
No,
you always
you're
come up
not.
with amazing topics. I can't wait to hear what this topic is.
2 words.
Okay?
Power Rangers. You're not reacting.
Really?
You're not reacting.
No, that's Power Rangers.
We got
Lamer.
We have a peanut
Lamer.
gallery too.
We in front of a live studio audience. Power Rangers. Okay, let's go for it. Power Rangers was after my time. So
After your time.
Yeah, meaning like I didn't really watch it. I was too old for it.
So thank you for listening to Entertainment Banter.
Yeah, thank you for listening. No, you know what I always thought about Power Rangers? I always thought that they stole from Voltron, and no one knows what Voltron is, anymore. But
so funny that you said that because I had Voltron toys, and I had the yellow tiger, right?
it's a lion, asshole.
Oh,
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
Okay, keep going. Keep going.
But for the longest time, I didn't know it was from Voltron. I assumed it was from Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, I didn't know.
You asshole. Okay,
Yeah,
keep going.
I didn't know, so I kept playing it. It was my Power Ranger toy, but then I got rudely.
Well, to be fair,
told.
wasn't there like a yellow saber tooth for Power Rangers?
Yes.
Another reason why Power Rangers stole from Voltron. All right, but
Right.
keep going. Go ahead. All right.
Well, my childhood was all Power Rangers from like elementary school up until.
Oh my gosh, I'm so old.
I'd say first year middle school, 7th grade. I'd say that's as far as it went for me. I know it went further than that.
It's still going on now.
It's still going on.
I know
right
this
now.
because my son's watching it on Netflix, and it's like.
But it went too far. I just couldn't. Excuse me. I couldn't keep up with it.
You couldn't stay in tune with the characters.
I would
and their
almost
teeny
want
bopper ways.
I want to say that it was their attitudes. Teenagers with attitudes.
They are teenagers with attitudes. Yes,
but
of
you
course.
couldn't follow it anymore because it was the show didn't grow with its fan base. Does that make sense? It's
the original fan base.
Right.
Well, let's back up
because like you can
how
watch.
many seasons or how many versions, I should say, of the show are there?
I only know 3 or 4 that I stayed with because almost every season
They started changing it.
They started changing things up, and it was fine, but it stayed the fan base. As the fan base grew, the show didn't grow with it. Like almost like an example is like you play Legend of Zelda, a video game, right? That game grew with its fan base. So,
Yes.
like, it didn't try to stay with the same children that played with it. No, it's like, our fans are now adults. We're going to keep with it. So, the Power Rangers, they didn't do that. They just kept taking to the same, like, 8 to 14-year-old
certain
child.
age. Yeah.
Not even
Gotcha.
14, like, maybe, like, 6 to, like, or 5 to 12 years old, 5 to 9 years old, or whatever it is. I don't even remember. But, so...
what was the name of the last? What was the name of the last version of Power Rangers you watched?
I think it was the Shogun, because I think it was the original dinosaurs, and then they got upgraded prehistoric beasts, and then it went to like the Thunder beasts or whatever. I think, and then it went to Ninja. There's the Ninja ones.
Okay.
And then it went to Shogun, and that was it for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you've already lost me on that. You're basing it off of the animals that they ride.
Yeah, I am, because also the characters too. But you mentioned too, like the first cast were treated so like shit that a lot of them left because
I do know.
They weren't paid well.
Yeah, I've met and talked to quite a few of them, and what's interesting is because there's certain venues and places we've talked in the past about Comic-Con and other places, but what's interesting is the Jason character, for example, he actually became homeless for a little while. He was living out of his car.
That's the Red
when he
Ranger
left the show. Red Ranger, the original.
Go Power Rangers!
And he's done some other fun things like in Boston. He's done like fake wrestling things in Boston. It's kind of interesting to watch.
Well, the yellow Power Ranger, Trinity, the original, and she died in a car accident.
Yes, that's very sad. That did happen. Yeah. And then the Billy character, I know he stayed on for an extended period of time while they were transitioning through their shows to keep the money train running for. I think he was one besides the Green Ranger guy,
Tommy.
I think he was the only other one that went.
I think he's still on it. Right?
No, he's not on it.
He stayed on it for 20-something years.
He did do a lot of cameo type stuff for sure.
He's stuck with it.
Sorry, and then the Black Ranger, same thing. The Zach character, I can't remember, but he was also another one. But the only two other characters that really kind of stayed consistently back and forth were the Bulk and Skull characters. They stayed on the show for quite a while.
They did,
well.
yeah, but they didn't. Their characters didn't change much. Like you would get. You'd get the new Power Rangers, but you never. And then Tommy would be the same. But Bulk and Scully were kind of like the same bullies the whole time. Which is always fascinating to me too, because they're actually had attitudes. Because like the whole thing is like Alpha,
right?
Find me teenagers with attitudes, and what were they? They were good people. I didn't get it. I didn't.
Well, they yeah, it's weird. You're right. Well, I guess you have to have an attitude, I guess, to do some karate kicks or some shit. I don't know, but
none of that shit was them anyways. Because like if you think about it, it was the Japanese version.
Oh, don't even get me started. We should talk about that too.
Okay.
But first, the thing is too, like you're wrong about the Bulk and Skull. I only know this because my son was watching the show on Netflix, and they actually do a transformation. They're like Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z, where they start bad and then they become like cops, and then they like
are they really
honorary Power Rangers. Yeah, it's really bizarre and stupid, but whatever. It's painful to watch every episode. But I will say this: we just did well, I can't say that. Never mind. Let me rephrase. The costumes in the show, as time progressed, they actually spent more money on the costumes especially for the villains. The creativity of the costumes for the villains is so ridiculous. It's actually kind of funny to watch.
Right.
But yeah, for the amount of money, think about this: when Power Rangers first came out, how much money were they making? Toys. Primetime television
Bandai
slots.
Was making so much money off them. It was a Bandai.
Those people that were all the actors.
It was a Bandai toy thing, and that's
a little bit more than minimum wage. They were getting paid minimum wage. Can you believe that crap?
It's garbage. They
were massive stars in the United States, minimum wage. So let's get back to you brought it up, so it's kind of funny. Let's talk about it.
So Power Rangers is originally a show from Japan. That's why Bandai made the toys.
Right.
So when someone in America, I don't know who did it. Was it Saban? I guess Saban.
Yes.
Wanted to bring it to America, but they didn't want to spend too much money on it, dubbing it. So instead, they took the Japanese, all the parts of the Japanese version that you could take, and then when they weren't in costumes, they reacted all of them and made them the people out here until it got popular.
They used American actors.
Then it got popular, and then it turned into this. They started actually being in the costumes, like after the movie, maybe the first movie.
There was more than one movie?
Yeah.
Well, I only know the movie that came out like a couple years ago.
Yeah, that one's good though. That one actually put a real good twist on it that brought up the nostalgia. Like, oh, I like.
And
Power
those kids did have attitudes.
They did, and that was really good. And they introduced a lot of SJW shit too. But at the same time,
see, that's the one time I don't care. If it's not Star Wars, I don't give a shit.
Right? I didn't bother me too. I liked the movie. The new movie, I liked it. But the old movie, they made a movie after the first two seasons, and they made a whole movie of how they got the ninja Zords. And
be careful now.
And
might upset some other fans.
Right. And they did the movie, and my mom, when I was trying to go see the movie, I remember sitting on her bed saying, "Mom, I want to see this movie." I had the newspaper. Yes, kids, I had a newspaper in my hand showing what movie times were.
What is a newspaper for those of us
It came in the morning. It's a news a paper boy delivered it.
A paper boy? He's made out of paper?
Yeah. And he dropped it off at my house in the morning, like 5 a.m.
A creepy man made out of paper dropped off this thing to your house. This is so bizarre.
It had movie times in it, and I looked at the movie times so I could see what Power Rangers were playing, because that's when you found out. Like when Friday's newspaper came, you're like, "Oh, these are the new movies!" And you're super excited.
Is this before the internet?
I don't even know the internet was a thing.
Oh my god!
Back then,
I was instant messaging on like DOS programming at that time. But keep going.
And I remember showing my mom I want to see this movie, and she goes, "Joel, I read the reviews on this. It sounds like it's a 90-minute toy
She's like,
commercial.
I don't want to waste $7 on this crap."
No, it was like $4 back then. $4 for a movie. I don't want to waste movie. I don't want to waste money on it. She straight up told me the reviews are saying it's a 90-minute toy commercial. You sure you want to see this? I'm like, Mom, I'm 9. I didn't say this to her, but I'm thinking I'm 9. I want to see this fucking movie.
And then I want to buy all the toys.
And that's what happened. And the movie, I watched the movie recently, probably recently, meaning the last 5 years, and it's so bad, it's good.
But you know what? Actually, I can't fault you for that.
Ivan Ooze.
I grew up obviously in the 80s more, so like I grew up watching Transformers and G.I. Joe, and to this day, as campy as Transformers the anime movie is, I love it every time I watch it. It's got 80s cheesy music. Freaking Al Yankovic, Weird Al sings a song in it. There's like, it's all kinds of weird shit.
Man, we ain't talking Transformers.
I'm just saying, I'm not gonna fault you. I get it. I understand what you're talking about.
And then it went off on these crazy, like as soon as the Shogun thing ended, I think the Turbo Power Rangers where they're like cars or something.
Yes.
And I stopped watching it then. And
I can tell you this, man. There was like Billy or something, for whatever reason, Billy turned into, or the Blue Ranger turned into this kid. And let me just tell you, those were some painful episodes watching with my son. Like I was like,
wait, are you watching from the beginning?
Yeah, because I'm not gonna watch this shit more than once. You know, it's one and done. Once he gets through this, I'm not watching this again.
So you started from the way beginning?
Yeah, and I've never seen these shows. You know what I mean?
So you know Rita Repulsa and all that?
I know she's the bad guy girl. Yeah.
And Lord Zed.
Yes, unfortunately, I know all these things. Plus, he has like little action figures, so he plays with them all. I gotta play with them, Joel. I gotta know who these idiots are and what their names are.
Yeah, no, I had friends that tell me about Baby Einstein, and I'm like, what the hell is a Baby
Einstein?
Oh,
see, exactly. And people like
Shark,
Baby Einstein,
or Baby
and they're
Shark.
learning. Hey, they're learning a lot from Baby Einstein. Let me just tell you. But
Baby
there's
Shark,
certain shows I can't. But Curious George or freaking Dr. Seuss shit, I can't do it right now. Are you kidding me? No, we'll watch Power Rangers. You can at least I see somebody punch something.
You're not doing Sesame Street.
He does Sesame Street.
Down to
yeah.
Come on down to
yeah. So okay, so
Sesame
we're getting off subject from this amazing show called
Power Rangers. Right.
Yeah, Power Rangers, the show that just won't die. Actually,
but it brought back some nostalgia when the movie came out, and they redid it with Bryan Cranston. He was a jerk in that movie, but Zordon was a total jerk. But it was a good movie.
Was that the same Zordon actor? I don't know.
No, Bryan Cranston apparently had something to do with. He was was he the voice of Zordon? He did something for Power Rangers back in the day, so when they asked him to do Zordon, he did it. And, and they gave it more realistic features, the whole movie. Like, it made sense of where the Power Rangers came from. The villain was more realistic. It brought a more nice, like, realistic origin to it, but at the same time, he was a jerk.
Zordon was?
Yeah, like he wasn't a jerk in the series.
Well,
but
if you got teenagers with attitude, you got to have a boss that's a total douchebag.
That means
right?
you must be a jerk too, right? Because you were an attitude
yeah.
teenager.
Yeah, you assholes working together to save the world. It makes total sense to me.
Total sense.
Oh my god, I am like dragging my dick through this whole like thing. I'm trying to find things to talk about. So they had the original Green Ranger and Kimberly in the recent movie, right?
No Green Ranger. Well.
I thought he was there. I thought he and Kimberly were at the end. Like, no, I'm not talking about Green Ranger in the movie. I'm talking about like the actual original Green Ranger, the actual original Kimberly
actor?
were in. Yeah, they were in the movie at the end. They were in part of the crowd or something. It was like cameo.
That'd be Tommy. That's the original Green Ranger.
Thank you.
Who became the White Ranger.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing them. Now I got to watch the movie again. Thanks.
You got to watch it again. You call yourself a fan?
No, I call myself a nostalgia. But Tommy, they're making hints they're going to make a second movie with him as the White Ranger, so we'll see.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But obviously a new actor. It wouldn't be him, would it? It's not the original actor, is it?
I don't know.
Yeah. So unlike Dragon Ball Evolution, you think this Power Rangers movie was done well?
This movie made the series seem like, oh, I kind of want to know more about it. So someone who doesn't know would probably go back and watch the series and go, oh, this is fucked up. But if someone watched Dragon Ball Evolutions going, I didn't know about Dragon Ball Z, going, oh, I heard about this, they'll be like, oh my god, thank God I didn't see this afterwards, or I would hate myself.
Right.
So,
if this was the opening thing to Dragon Ball, you'd be all
it's like
over it.
It's like polar opposites on that.
So, did you think their costume choices weren't Michael Bay-ish enough? Meaning, like they look like Transformers. You know what I mean?
Did Michael Bay do it?
No, I'm just making fun of their costumes because they totally look Michael Bay-ish, like they were robots.
It did fine. It wasn't too over dramatic. It was fine. The Zords were weird, but it worked out. It worked for what the movie was trying to do.
Gotcha. So back in your childhood days, Power Rangers comes out. You're rushing home from school. You're like, "Oh, this show's amazing." Is there a particular episode you remember that stuck out in your mind?
Yes. So there was a day. Yeah, thank you for asking this.
One where Kimberly was like scantily clad or something. Or...
I wasn't into girls at that point. My penis was never that hard.
All right, so when Billy was scantily clad and like all excited.
Absolutely. He was the nerdiest guy that could do backflips. It was weird. So it gave hope to us nerds.
Keep going. It's so funny.
It would come on at 3:00 every day after school, weekdays. School got out at 2:35. I rode my bike to school, so I had to get home quick. And then I would get home, and I remember this one day vividly because there was a moment, it was getting to the end of the season, and we didn't know what was going to happen because Lord Zed was coming back from banishment or something like that. And the episode was like he came back, and like I ran home, and I just remember he came back out and he destroyed all the original Zords. And you're like, you got goosebumps. You're like, no, this can't be happening. And then there was like the Green Ranger and all that. And then so that was a moment. And then a moment too, rushing home to see an episode. The Green Ranger was evil in the beginning, but then you're like thinking like my friends were there in my house. We're all screaming like, oh my God, is the Green Ranger going to join their team? He's going to join their team. And then he joins their team. We started screaming. I was throwing things in the air. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing.
You guys are so funny. You're cracking me up.
9 years old, you asshole. Or even younger. I was probably 7 or 8. I was young, dog.
Oh my God, that's so funny. You guys got way into it then, huh? That's funny. So did you collect the figures? Did you collect the figures at 7 or 9 years old?
I had all. So I was a bad kid. I used to buy all. No. I did something even more funny and Jewish. I used to buy all the toys like for birthday gifts. Like my mom would give me gifts, and I'd get some of the toys. So I still have one of my Power Ranger toys actually.
Okay.
But I used to buy them all, and then after I played them and everything, and like this is back in the day when certain companies like Toys R Us didn't have return policies that were like right away. Like so right. now they say 14 days, but back in the day there was no limit as long as in the package still. So I used to keep the boxes. I used to play with the toys, and then when the Zords got changed to the new season, I boxed them back up, returned them, and then bought the new ones.
You're so dumb.
So I used to do that.
That worked?
That's
worked. Like really old. That's so
I wouldn't have the receipt anymore because my mom bought them or whatever.
Store credit or something.
So I'd get the Jeffrey dollars. Where they had physical dollars, and then I would go buy new ones. And
you're the reason why Toys R Us. My son doesn't have a Toys R Us. It's people like you that my son doesn't have a Toys R Us.
Right. So I was renting toys, and I remember this one bitch who kept at the return counter.
She's a bitch. You're fucking playing with toys, shoving them up your ass, then putting them back in boxes.
I'm 8 years old.
You fucking carn on us. All right, keep going. Anyways.
And she would yell at me like, "Did you not open these?" And like she would just yell at me, and I'm like, "Bitch!" In my head, like I don't know what the word "bitch" was at that time, but I'm like, "Come on!"
So she knew she was onto your game. What did you do? Like you didn't even like put real tape back on it. You know what I mean?
She
the
knew.
box has special tape.
She knew me. She knew when I came in that door. And I used to get the toy. Yeah. And then eventually she stopped.
But she let you still do it, right?
Eventually it stopped.
Meaning, like, she said no more of this crap?
I don't know if she said it or I got too scared because she made me. It was so intimidating because she was mean. And then 10 years later, I got a job there.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious. And then you just did it on your own. That is too funny.
And then I killed her, and then I buried her body.
Well, now, thank you for listening to Entertainment Banter. She's so ridiculous. All right, so you know what I enjoyed, actually? The only joy I got out of watching these things is, like, you know, because you mentioned that it came from overseas first, and then they spliced in the American parts, right?
Right.
And, I always liked watching the transitions between
oh my God.
the American versions versus the Japanese versions. So, like, 1 minute, you know, there's a white van in trouble in Japan, and then, like, they tried to find this close as they can van in America if they're, like, shooting a close-up shot or whatever. There's one episode, there was an Asian girl that was being kidnapped and being held by this giant, and, of course, they specifically had to find this perfect-looking Asian girl in the American version to do all the regular scenes. I just found that. I always find the humor in that. That's why I like the Yellow Rangers. Looks like a man fighting, but is a girl in, you know, the regular show.
Well, I also found it funny that Rita Repulsa was the main villain, and she was surrounded by all these people in costumes, and they didn't want to get all those people refilmed and all that, so they just dubbed over her voice. So she's the only one that's actually dubbed in the show.
Right.
But
right.
my friends and I didn't really know the Japanese language, but we're in Southern California, so we know the Spanish language. So we're all like, "Oh, was she Spanish?" We kept thinking she was Mexican. So she was dubbed from Spanish, so we didn't think she was Japanese. It's just like, it's awful.
That's funny. We're talking about all the terrible. Oh, I'm laughing because like I gotta go back to Voltron for a second. Like, I just think it's funny how campy they made. Like your generation is Power Rangers, right? But for my generation, it's like Voltron. So I get it. Jesus, I get it. So, anyways, you make things so difficult sometimes. You know that?
Just go. Just go.
So, anyways, I'm just saying, like when they brought Voltron over to the United States, I'm just showing you the difference between how they handled Power Rangers versus Voltron. I remember like in the first 5 episodes of Voltron, like they in an American version, it's like raining, like they called it acid rain or something like that. But in Japan, it was actually blood of the victims. So like people were in despair because the blood of the victims was literally raining down on them. And, in the United States, they make it like acid, which is still pretty messed up. Right. But, like, here in Power Rangers, it's, like, nothing like that at all whatsoever. It's, like, very campy, very homey. It's very painful at times. But, sadly, you know what it reminds me of is the Adam West Batman show in the 60s. That's what it reminds me of, like, that campiness.
The difference is that Batman was being campy, Power Rangers is trying to be serious.
Somehow it worked, though. It's lasted how many years? They're still going strong with the new season.
I don't get it.
Actually, my brother-in-law...
Every episode they grow. Watch my minions grow.
My brother-in-law was in the finals for the Red Power Ranger for one season. I don't remember which one it was, but I laughed so hard because it's like... I almost like, I would never have let him live it down if he became a Power Ranger.
I knew someone that did the stunt double for the Red Ranger in the costume when they started recording here with the costume.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, okay, we talked about, so out of all the Power Ranger women, because you're a little boy watching this, which one did you find most attractive, most appealing?
It was totally Kimberly.
The first one.
Yeah. And then,
is that just because she was the original or what?
The original, and then there was the new girls in the new one, but I don't remember who their names are.
Well, what color Ranger were they? What show?
The yellow and pink were always the girls.
Right. That never changed? They never became other...
No, I'm trying to think if it changed for the new movie. No, they only changed that because the Black Ranger was always black, which was totally offensive.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, always that way?
Well, the ones I've watched.
Oh, okay. All right.
But then the new one, the Blue Ranger, was the black one. And then they had the lesbian Asian one that was yellow. The other Asian was black. I can't remember now. And the Red Ranger was still the white guy, and the Pink Ranger was that girl still.
Did you feel betrayed when the
guy should have been
original cast?
The guy should have been pink, to be honest. If they're gonna go all this distance, who gives a shit? I didn't feel betrayed because I felt like the story was just progressing, but you were sad to see them go because it wasn't like a.
Did it seem like really random?
They did it with them. They swapped them over.
No, I get it. Well, once you figure out the pattern, what they would do is they would introduce like 7 new people,
right?
And all of a sudden you're like once you pick up on that, you're like, oh shit, they're going away,
right?
It's like because you got a whole new 7 good kids showing up all of a sudden. It's
Matt,
like,
you're a 48-year-old male.
Not that old, but I hate you.
And I was 7 years old when they were doing that. Why would I know the difference?
I'm just saying, it would be a shock value, right? Like, why all of a sudden are all my favorite people gone, and now I gotta look at these buttholes?
Well, I watch Game of Thrones. I feel like every fucking episode a new character got killed, and it was a new character, so you had to worry about someone stubbing their toe in that show.
Oh my gosh! All right, so final thoughts here. All right, my final thought is Power Rangers. Never watched it growing up. I have to watch it occasionally now,
and now hate it.
I have to say now that the hype is gone. It's not painful. No, I'm not. I'm lying. It's totally painful. But at least there's worse out there. Let me put it this way. It's way worse out there now than there was back then. So back then when I was the age I was at the time it was on, I thought this is awful. But now compared to what's out now, it's not so bad.
Well,
that's my final thought.
To say that I'm glad I watched it then where it was good, I don't think I can stand it now. There's no way.
Really? You haven't watched an episode since?
No.
I challenge you after this pod to go watch an episode.
Okay.
The original. It's very campy. So, is that
Sounds
your final
good.
thought?
That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for listening to Entertainment Banter. My name is Matt.
And my name is Joel. And I'm done.